So, this afternoon, we're going to hand down our judgments in the case of the Duke of Sussex against the Secretary of State for the Home Department. I'm going to read out a summary of my judgment, which has been prepared so as to assist the public and the press to understand what exactly the court has decided. It should, however, be understood by all that the full judgments themselves are the only authoritative version of what has been decided. We will have some hard copies of both the press summary and the full judgments here to let you have after the hearing. But the judgment will be uploaded as usual this afternoon to the case law section of the National Duke's security had good reason not to follow its 2017 policy. That policy provided that Ravek would because of the decision-making in this case. She said, It had been predetermined point of view, I said that something may indeed have gone wrong, in that an unintended consequence of his decision to step back from royal duties and spend the majority of his time abroad has been that he's been provided with a more bespoke and generally lesser level of protection than what he was provided with in the UK before. But that did not of itself give rise to a legal complaint. Did Sir Richard fail to follow Ravek's policy without a good reason? Had given compelling reasons for having reached the conclusion that the appropriate course was to establish bespoke arrangements for when the Duke returned to the United Kingdom on future visits. The Duke was appropriate depending on the circumstances. reasoning was illogical or inappropriate. Indeed, it seemed sensible. Finally, even if there had been a risk analysis from the Risk Management Board, it would, very likely, have only confirmed the threat, vulnerability and impact levels which the Duke had faced when earlier risk analyses were undertaken. But it would have had nothing to say on the critical features of the changed situation, which were the need for protective security on future uncertain visits and the government's appetite for risk. The decisions taken in the decision letter and subsequently were taken, I said in my judgment, as an understandable and perhaps predictable reaction to the Duke of Sussex having stepped back from royal duties and having left the UK to live principally overseas. So the conclusion, in my judgment, with which my colleagues, Lord Justices Bean and Edis, agreed, was that the Duke of Sussex's appeal would be dismissed. So that concludes this afternoon's hearing. Thank you.